Even though crocs have the strongest bite force today, you can still be sure prehistoric crocs could bite a lot harder, but can you guess which was strongest? Modern crocodiles look like pet lizards when you put them side by side to their prehistoric cousins, the monstrous Deinosuchus and mighty Sarcosuchus. In the realm of predators, crocodiles reign supreme, from the diminutive fish gavel, barely larger than a man's hand, to the colossal saltwater crocodile. These ancient creatures are the epitome of evolutionary perfection. The saltwater crocodile, or salty, is the largest of its kind, with males reaching lengths of up to 23 feet and weighing over 2,200 pounds. Their size is matched by their strength. A salty's bite can exert a force of 3,700 pounds per square inch, crushing bones with ease. These reptilian titans are masters of stealth, lurking just beneath the water's surface, invisible to the unsuspecting prey. With explosive agility, they launch from the water, seizing their victim in a death roll, a whirlpool of teeth and power, ensuring no escape. Their sensory capabilities are unmatched. Vibration-sensitive cells allow them to detect the slightest disturbances in the water, making them formidable ambush predators. This is especially true for the saltwater crocodile, which is the largest of all living reptiles. Males can grow to staggering lengths of up to 23 feet and weigh as much as 2,000 pounds. Their sheer size is a prelude to their might. They possess the most powerful bite of any animal, exerting a force of about 4,000 pounds per square inch. This immense power enables them to tackle large prey such as water buffalo, sharks, and even other crocodiles. Very impressive, but nothing close to the Deinosuchus. The Deinosuchus was a true titan of the waterways during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 82 to 73 million years ago. This colossal crocodilian roamed the regions that are now North America, from Montana to northern Mexico, and its fossils have been found in various states, including Texas, Utah, and Georgia. Imagine a crocodile, but on an almost mythical scale. The Deinosuchus was a behemoth, with estimates suggesting it reached lengths of up to 35 feet. That's about as long as a school bus. Its skull alone could grow over 5 feet, meaning it could stick a full-grown human into its mouth with very little popping out. Besides the size of the smooth, and even more terrifying are the size of its teeth. This beast has teeth as large as bananas, perfect for grappling with dinosaurs. You heard that right. The Deinosuchus was a dino killer. This apex predator was not just large, but also incredibly powerful. It is believed to have been capable of taking down large dinosaurs that came too close to the water's edge. Its bite force was phenomenal. Imagine the weight of 3 loaded pickup trucks, each weighing around 6,000 pounds, all pressing down on a single point with their full weight. That's the equivalent of the bite force of the Deinosuchus. With such strength, the Deinosuchus could have easily crushed the bones of its prey, which likely included turtles, fish, and even large terrestrial prey like hadrosaurs. This croc was a master of ambush, lurking in the murky waters of ancient rivers and coastal environments, waiting for an unsuspecting animal to come close. Once in range, it would have launched itself with explosive power, using its muscular tail and robust limbs to propel its massive body forward, clamping down on its prey with a death grip from which there was little escape. Its weight of 11,000 pounds makes it even harder to escape once it latches onto its prey. Some estimates even put its weight to around 18,000 pounds. The name Deinosuchus, which translates to mean terrible crocodile, in itself is proof of how dangerous this animal was. This croc had to be in its peak predatory form to survive the environment it lived in. During the late Cretaceous period, North America was a vastly different place than it is today. The continent was split into two by a shallow sea called the Western Interior Seaway, which created a coastal plain that was home to a diverse range of flora and fauna. The climate was warmer, and the environment ranged from coastal shorelines to lush forests and swamps, which were teeming with life. This was the environment the Deinosuchus lived in. Though it was one of the apex predators, life was still hard and competitive out here. The Deinosuchus would have faced competition from other large predators such as the Tyrannosaurus rex, the Dakotaraptor, which was a large dromaeosaurid dinosaur that was also a fierce predator, and the Mosasaurus, which was a large marine reptiles that dominated the seaways and could potentially compete for similar food sources. The Deinosuchus, with its massive size and powerful bite, was well equipped to hold its own against these competitors. They also knew to stay away from this giant reptile. Fossil evidence shows bite marks on the bones of dinosaurs that proves the Deinosuchus was not afraid of targeting other formidable predators. It was not just about being capable of effective attacks. The Deinosuchus also had an array of defenses too. Much like modern crocodiles, Deinosuchus had a tough, armored hide that was covered in osteoderms or bony plates. This armor provided significant protection against attacks and injuries. The osteoderms it had were much thicker than that of modern crocs. This armor also provided support for its massive size. Only downside is it would have limited the movement of this reptile a little. Its sheer size made it one of the largest predators in its habitat, deterring many would-be competitors. The powerful muscles in its tail and body contributed to its defense, allowing it to deliver strong blows. Imagine being hit by a tail that weighs a ton and is covered in sharp scales. But it was not all about brute force. It was also about blending in and avoiding detection. Its coloration likely helped it blend into the murky waters of its environment, making it less visible to both prey and potential threats. Across the pond, some millions of years before the Deinosuchus walked the earth, there was another giant reptile known as Sarcosuchus. The Sarcosuchus, often referred to as the super croc, was a colossal crocodile that lived approximately 112 to 94 million years ago during the early Cretaceous period. This prehistoric predator roamed the lush deltas and waterways of what is now Africa, with fossil evidence primarily discovered in the Sahara Desert region. Even though it is referred to as a super croc, they are more related to alligators and look a lot more like supersized Indian gharial. It's almost like this reptile took a little bit of all the best crocodilian traits and mashed it all together to be the best any croc could be. The size of the Sarcosuchus was truly awe-inspiring. It is estimated to have reached lengths of up to 39 feet, making it one of the largest crocodile-like reptiles that ever existed. Its skull alone was about 5.9 feet long and equipped with large, conical teeth designed for a powerful grip on its prey. The sheer size of the Sarcosuchus suggests it had a formidable hunting capability, likely preying on large fish, turtles, and even dinosaurs that came too close to the water's edge. Its robust jaws and massive body would have made it an apex predator in its ecosystem, capable of tackling prey much larger than itself. The strength of its bite, combined with its size, would have allowed it to exert tremendous force, rivaling that of the largest predatory dinosaurs of its time. But what truly sets the Sarcosuchus apart is its jaw strength. When it snaps its jaws shut, the force generated is equivalent to 18,000 pounds. Imagine a full-grown African elephant, one of the largest land animals, standing nearby. The Sarcosuchus could easily crush its bones with a single bite. The Sarcosuchus existed approximately 112 to 94 million years ago during the early Cretaceous period. If you were wondering how the Sarcosuchus, which is an amphibious animal, was able to live in the Sahara region of Africa, it is because during the Cretaceous period, North Africa was a very different place from what it is today. The region was dominated by lush vegetation and a network of rivers and deltas, creating a humid tropical environment. This was due to the fact that the Earth was generally warmer during the Cretaceous period. As for competitors, the Sarcosuchus would have faced challenges from other large predators of the time, such as the Spinosaurus, which is believed to have been semi-aquatic and could have competed for similar food sources. Other theropod dinosaurs and large predatory fish would also have been part of the competitive landscape. The Sarcosuchus, with its massive size and powerful jaws, would have been a formidable predator, but it still had to navigate a world filled with other large carnivores and environmental challenges. Life in the early Cretaceous was a constant struggle for survival, with each species vying for dominance in their respective niches. As you can see, there are a lot of similarities between the Sarcosuchus and the Deinosuchus, but when you pay attention to the details, you realize that they were truly different. The biggest difference is the mouth and snouts of these two giants. The Deinosuchus had a mouth that was broad and depicted ruggedness. What this means is, it was a strong grappler and very likely to hold on to its prey. There was simply no way of escaping this croc once it had a good hold of its prey, and those dagger-like teeth the size of bananas makes it even more terrifying. On the other hand, the Sarcosuchus has a jaw that is very unusual. It is quite narrow, just like that of fish-eating crocs, such as the gharial. Towards the snort, the jaw widens to form a sort of blob. This gave the Sarcosuchus advantage when hunting underwater, because it is easier to open and close the narrow jaws underwater than a wide jaw. As long as it was hunting fish, the Sarcosuchus was efficient and deadly, but not so much on land. The narrow jaws are a big disadvantage if it had to wrestle a large animal. This is where the Deinosuchus excels, yet again, as it was even known to employ the deadly death roll maneuver. Despite these differences, both were deadly and efficient hunters, and their basic design still works perfectly with modern crocodiles and alligators.